Hey everyone, my name is Keshante Chantel and welcome to my channel. So in this video, we are going to be doing this really pretty, stunning look. I feel like it's a simple glam. It might look a little difficult, but trust me, it is not very easy to do. I go through all the products that I use, and this is a really pretty look if you have any plans on going to prom and you just need like something like super glam. I feel like this would be a really good start. So we are going to jump straight into this makeup look. And if you do decide to try this out, let me know. So we'll get straight into it. Whenever I do my makeup, I never know what look I'm going for the day. Some people pre-plan this stuff. I'm just not one of those girls. So I haven't used this Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette in forever, and it is such a stunning palette. Believe it or not, like I drove all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina to get this palette on release date because I wanted it so bad, and I knew that it wasn't going to be in the Ulta stores for like maybe a month or two, because that's how, if you ever notice, like sometimes when brands launch their products, they will put it on their website first or in their stores, and then, you know, they'll put it in other places. All right, so I'm gonna use my Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizer. This one is a little bit more lotion based, so it's not as thick as a cream. I've just been loving this. I typically don't really care for Clinique products like that because, I don't know, they just give old lady, and that is my personal opinion. But this moisturizer is really nice. All right, for my foundation, I'm gonna be using the KVD Good Apple foundation. If you notice my last couple makeup tutorials, I have been using this heavy because it just gives such a flawless finish. You can see like it's so pretty. It's so pretty on the skin, so lightweight. If you haven't tried it, I definitely would. I like the fact that they have like a lot of undertones that don't necessarily go orangey. Like this one doesn't oxidize on me at all. Once you put the color on, the color is what it is. And I think that's very important for foundation, because even my NARS will tend to change slightly, just a little bit. All right, I'm gonna be using my e.l.f. concealer in the shade Light Beige. That foundation that I used, the shade was Tan 66. I know I get a lot of people saying, oh, you don't ever tell your shade. The reason why I don't sometimes is because you might not be the same shade as me. So even if, you know, even if you are a little bit light skinned, we might still not be the same shade. So it's still important to go to the store and get yourself shade matched. But I'm doing better with telling people the shades. Now with this is just a very warm cream contour stick. These are not available for purchase anymore unless you go on places like eBay, maybe Amazon, because they discontinued these. And then I just take like a fluffy brush. This one that I'm using is by Sigma, and it's really nice. This is the F23 brush. It's the angled contour. I love this brush because like you can use it on powders and creams, and you see it just blends the products so well together. And then I do like to go on top of this. Why is it? I feel like the light was a bit much. I do like to go on top of this product like this because I am gonna add powder, and it will just kind of tone everything down. But give more like definition to the shape of my face. So if you are watching, I would like to know where some of you guys are from, because I feel like, you know, not unless people actually comment or anything, you might not know that I'm in Columbia, South Carolina, and you know, it's very small. I don't see a lot of YouTubers from Columbia, which is sad because, you know, I'd like to not only support my mutuals, I like to see more people vlogging in this area, because you got so many vloggers from places like New York, Florida, California. California is like the influencer city. But yeah, I mean, outside of Ken Walker, which some of you guys may know who he is, he's a food vlogger from Colombia, very popular guy. He's actually in the Guinness Book of World Records. And he does vlog around the city, but he doesn't, like, his videos are like never that long. So, you know, anyway, drop a comment in the comment section below if you are watching, just telling me what city and state you're from. My camera battery is just draining. So I'm just gonna take what concealer is left on that brush and just kind of drag it on top of my eyes for my eyeshadow base. And then I'm gonna use the Anastasia setting powder in the shade Banana. And I use that to set my concealer. Anastasia has some really good setting powders. So does Laura Mercier. Those are typically the ones that I use. I might use Makeup Revolution every now and then. And then I just, for whatever reason, I couldn't get into the Patrick Star ones. I did use the Huda for a little bit, but then that net that's on the powders, I'm just not feeling that. So I don't use hers too much. Not to say that they aren't good, it's just that little net is aggravating and I feel like you don't get as much product. All right, I'm gonna do my eyebrows off camera because I feel like if you've seen one brow, you've seen a lot. So, all right, eyebrows are done. We're gonna go ahead and start with the eyeshadow. What look do I wanna do? Do I wanna do some pinks? I'll probably keep it neutral this go around with a little bit of browns. Let's do that. So I'm gonna start with G Money. That is a really pretty, it's like a reddish brown shade. I'm gonna bring you guys in for this. So I definitely like this color. So I just did that all over the lid, but I didn't put any on the inner corners. And then I'm just gonna deepen up the shade just a little bit more, but I'm only gonna focus it on the outer parts of the eye. I know I've spoken before about Morphe's eyeshadow brushes, but if y'all aren't using Morphe brushes, you are sleeping on them. You are missing out because Morphe has some really good eyeshadow brushes. Like, if I'm not mistaken, some of the artists that work for MAC helped create this line of brushes, but they have since discontinued the black line and they now have, or I could be mistaken, maybe, I know they just came out with a whole new set of brushes. So I'm gonna go in with this shade called Next, which is like this reddish shade. Now, sometimes I have to be careful when I use reds because they can stain my eyelids a little bit. But I like this. It's given like a burnt sunset almost. And you can still see like that transition shade. All right, so I'm starting to lose some of that color, so I'm going back in with the shade G Money. I'm gonna take a brush that has no color on it and just kind of diffuse that G Money because I don't want to take it all the way up into my eyebrow. But you should have a very soft blend. And what I like to do is I will take and let the concealer that I did underneath to clean up my brows, I typically let that be my like highlight for my brow. Now this shade is called Talia, and if I'm not mistaken, I feel like she named it after the young makeup artist who passed away years ago. I want this shade to show up more, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put that brush right there, And I'm gonna cut my crease with some concealer. This is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Light Peach. Very, very, very bright shade. Because I feel like when you want those colors to show up, you need like almost a white base. I remember when the girls was doing this heavy, the only person that I saw like really cut the creases was Made by Mitchell and P. Louise. I'm talking about like 2019-ish. Oh, P. Louise had the game on lock. I'm telling you, like I signed up for one of her classes and I literally had to be up at like maybe 4 a.m. to watch and learn. Cause like I knew how to cut the crease, but like she was killing it. Whew. All right, so when you cut your crease, you wanna go back in with that reddish tone and you wanna make sure that you diffuse the edges of that concealer because you don't want it to be like so blunt to where it stands out too much. You just wanna soften it. All right, now I'm gonna go in with the shade Talia. And this is what it looks like. It's like this really pretty gold. I'm just gonna lay down the foundation of that shade first, and then I'm gonna spray my brush. I'm gonna go in with another brush and then just kind of build up. Because once you use, this is like a foil shadow. Once you use it while it's wet, it intensifies the color even more. So I'm just gonna take some of my e.l.f. Power Grip setting spray and I'm just gonna wet my brush. And then just dip into that shade. So you can see it much better now. And then you go back in with that reddish tone to diffuse those edges. And I did get a little bit of fallout from that red, but not much. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with my Morphe bronzing palette and I'm just gonna define my bronzer a little bit more. And for my blush, I'm gonna go in with Bobbi Brown Pale Pink. So this is like this bubblegum pink shade. Very pretty, but also very, very buildable. This is one of my favorite brushes. It's a Beauty Secrets, which you can get from Sally Beauty. I absolutely love this brush for blush because I just feel like it just puts the blush on so well. I need to get another one because like I'm obsessed with this brush. All right, for my mascara, I am doing the Smoky Eye Mascara from Bobbi Brown. I'm gonna put false lashes on. And then I do mascara at the bottom. I don't necessarily like to use eyeliner. I will, but it's not really my thing. There's definitely gonna come a time when I fall in love with it because believe it or not, I used to not like to wear blush. I would do bronzer, contour, and that would be it. And look at me now. Look at me now. So the lashes I'm gonna do, these are by Cherry Blossom. So I'm gonna use the 3D lashes from Cherry Blossom in the style 935. I get these from my local beauty supply for 79 cents. 79 cents. I need to get another camera battery because this one is draining so quickly. I love these style of lashes because they allow you to be able to see the eyeshadow. They're glam, but they're not like super big. Very pretty. All right, and for my lip combo, I'm gonna use Morphe lip liner in the shade Bite Me, and I'm going in with Anastasia lipstick in the shade Honey Taupe. And then I'll top it off with some lip gloss. This has been my literal go-to lip combo for like a week straight. So pretty. I'm just using the MAC lip gloss. Just get you some hair store lip gloss, because like honestly, it's the same thing. And then I am going to spray with that Morphe setting spray. Now, this is dewy, so please keep in mind if your skin is oily, this is definitely going to give you some shine. I'm not gonna do a highlighter, so that pretty much is it for this look. Very, very pretty. You can see the gold detail. It's just giving like, I don't know. But this would be very pretty for prom. So I don't know if you're looking for like a really pretty makeup look for prom, this would be it, because it's so, I really like this. It came out good, and it didn't take me that long to do this makeup look at all. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and sticking it out with me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join my family, my online family, and I will see you guys in my next video.